Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Lando Trades, your primary source for trading information, cryptocurrencies, and Forex. Today, we're going to be going over a trade that we took earlier this week. Of course, as always, it was on a demo account. No real live funds are ever used in these videos that I make. But we're going to be reviewing a cable, which is pound dollar short in the Forex market from Tuesday of this week. Apologize if my camera just shook a little bit. We're going to dive right into it. So looking at this 1 hour time frame here, I don't know if there's anything specific in terms of what your eyes are drawn to, but I would challenge you to just pause the screen here for a second and take a look at what price did going into Tuesday here. All right. So take a minute, pause. All right. So I'm going to dive right into the 15-minute time frame because being brutally honest here, this was a 15-minute setup and nothing else. We're going to take it from the top. Ignore some of these markings for now. Just understand that this over here represents midnight on Tuesday. And then this over here represents midnight on Wednesday. So coming into midnight New York on Tuesday, look what we did right here, okay? When we're playing up here, we're interacting with this high from Monday, we swept that high. So there was some buy side liquidity sitting right up here, and we swept that. Okay. So when we sweep that and we proceed to have this bearish extension to the downside, taking sell side liquidity, what do we call that? We call that a bearish range expansion. It wasn't the most clean looks in terms of taking a quality trade, but I like the setup overall and where it was playing at, and we'll break it down a little bit further for you in a second here. So coming into Tuesday's trading, right? This right here is 7 a.m. This first black line, this last line here is 12 or noon. And this represents the New York session on Tuesday, which is where we were looking to enter on this trade short term. So leading into London, we break lower off the sweep of the highs. We play back up. We retrace into some order blocks, and then we play lower, taking more sell side liquidity. Now, because of the dollar and how bullish it's been, and with inflation and our long-term narrative and the macro sentiment, I didn't see this going upwards at all in terms of intraday trading. So we were looking for an opportunity short, and it presented itself somewhere in here. I'm just going to delete that real quick. I'm giving too much away too early here. So when you see this happen right here, okay, in the beginning of New York, you could technically qualify that as an entry on a 5 minute. We're not going to go into that though. But I saw this additional bearish range expansion here between 8 a.m. and 9:15 a.m. Okay. Hold on. My dog is doing something with himself. Hey, buddy, relax. Sorry about that. So there's some more liquidity to be taken after we break down right here. So when we have that move in the beginning of New York and we take sell side liquidity, we take it from here, those lows, and then we also take it from these lows here. But neat enough, when you have a lot of hindsight working in your favor and you understand how the markets and the algorithms work, you would clearly have known that we didn't break this low here. We only played to 1.32090. This low went 0.3 or 3 pipettes, excuse me, lower. So there was still sell side liquidity here, which was our target for the trade. So when I'm lining up this trade here in New York at 9:30-ish, after we kind of swing here, I'm looking for a retracement to enter short on. So the way I would draw it on a 15-minute time frame is from the bodies of the candles. Relax, bud. Sorry, I got a dog duty here tonight. But we would draw it from the bodies of the candles, and we would enter in a oversold environment up here. Okay. So from this top bodies candle on the swing high to the lower bodies candle here on the swing low, that's our range. We entered up here, okay? Well, actually, technically, over here, about 420, okay? So that's where we entered at a 75 retracement. That's the golden retracement. And, we did play lower initially, but we didn't complete the move during New York session, which is what I was looking for completion of. So what ended up happening in terms of the trade management, of course, on a demo account, we mitigated risk by removing half of the position size after New York closed here at 12 o'clock. And we didn't see a result in terms of it playing down to 0 standard deviations in terms of completing that retracement. So where did we place our stop loss? We placed it 5 pips above this high here, which is why it was right up here. Okay. So this high maxes out at 1.32585. So it should have been 1.32635. We had ours at 629. So, a little bit lower than 5 pips, but no worries. Right. And then intraday, we had another sweep of some liquidity at 12. And then we finally played lower here. And it played out to our advantage during London session this morning. And so when I woke up this morning and looked at the trade, I was able to take some profit in here and close out the trade with mitigating risk. But this is a great example of how a trade doesn't go in our favor. We're still able to profit, still able to at least mitigate some risk in the process and end up a profitable trader on the week. But I hope this was helpful. I hope you enjoyed it. Oh, also, I forgot to mention right here, some confluence, if you will call it. These green candles right here are what we would call a bearish order block. We'll get into that in another episode. But more confluence in terms of when we were taking this trade short. Right? A bearish order block is a great confirmation on our bearish range expansion for us to be entering position sizes on a demo account, of course. Anyway, I hope this was helpful. We ended up taking liquidity this morning, obviously down over here, and trade played out all well, and we broke even. So when we went down here, boom, stop loss goes there. You're risk free. Anyway, Merry Pitmas. I hope this was helpful, and good luck and good trading. Thanks.